Hey, Thommi.
Yeah.
Remember how people reacted when we did our Elvis review?
Ooh, that was a firestorm.
Let me say
Boy. So we're going to do Priscilla now?
Yes, we're reviewing. I'm reviewing Priscilla. Remember that this is based off of a book written by Priscilla Presley, and Priscilla herself was happy about the movie and okayed the movie and was there on set helping.
So if she's okay with it, then we have to be okay with it.
Yes.
We know that firestorm was with her being underage when they met.
Yeah.
And you know that is a pretty much a known fact.
Yeah. It's
not an assumption or anything. So
yeah. So this one's not necessarily going to be spoiler free because this is based on a true story you guys have heard before. So Priscilla is rated R. It's an hour and 53 minutes. There's no extra scenes at the end. Okay. It stars Kaylee Spaney as Priscilla. She did a really good job. I remembered her from Pacific Rim Uprising that came out in 2018.
I remember Pacific Rim. I've seen it.
Yeah, and also the latest, The Craft.
Oh, she's one of them. That was in The Craft.
Legacy.
Okay.
And then Jacob Elordi plays Elvis, and he's getting high acclaim for it. But I felt
who should have done that role again?
Yeah.
Yeah. We know the one who did the Elvis movie, and he ripped that role apart. Didn't he go to the hospital for exhaustion and stuff? Like, he really made himself become Elvis.
And he got stuck with the accent and everything.
Yeah, that dude was unbelievable.
You'll recognize Jacob from The Kissing Booth that's on Netflix and Euphoria, which is on HBO. But I felt like he did a little too much.
With the way he talked, how Elvis talked.
Priscilla. A little too much. Like, Elvis was a human, and he didn't always do that. Let's go get something.
Every time somebody imitates Elvis, they do that. That's funny that you said that.
Overall, he did good, but I don't feel like what they're talking about. Like, he deserves Oscar.
Austin Butler should have gotten.
Come on.
I mean, he already ripped the role up. Just call the boy and say, dude.
Yeah.
Can you do this again? He deserved the Oscar for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Him and Angela Bassett got robbed.
Ari Cohen plays Captain Bolu. Sorry, I think that's how you... Yeah.
Bolu.
Priscilla's dad. Dagmara Dominichik plays Anne Bolu. Sorry. Tim Post plays Vernon Presley, which is Elvis's dad.
Okay.
And Lynn Griffin plays Grandma, a.k.a. Dodger. He calls her Dodger because she dodged the ball.
Yeah. So what's going on in Priscilla that's different from Elvis from what we've seen?
All right. So this is from Studio A24 directly.
Okay.
When teenage Priscilla Bolu meets Elvis Presley at a party, the man who is already a meteoric rock and roll superstar becomes someone entirely unexpected in private moments, a thrilling crush, an ally in loneliness, a vulnerable best friend. Through Priscilla's eyes, Sofia Coppola tells the unseen sign of a great American myth in Elvis and Priscilla's long courtship and turbulent marriage, from a German army base to his dream world estate at Graceland, in this deeply felt and ravishingly detailed portrait of love, fantasy, and fame. Now, they make it sound...
I was about to say, did they sugarcoat that?
They sugarcoated it. They tiptoed over a lot of stuff. They barely...
Smoothed it out.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't come out and say, he met this girl when she was underage and they started dating. Because that is what it said.
They did.
They did come out and say it. Okay.
Showing her as 14, showing a man approaching her, saying, Elvis is having a party. Do you want to meet Elvis? And she said, yes, but you have to ask my parents. And he said, or I have to ask my parents.
Red flag.
And he said, okay. And then sometimes he was like, do you want me to ask your parents for you?
I mean, he's starting to sound like Kells in them. I mean,
I want to know background stuff. Like, but we can't know. I don't even know this man's alive still, but I want to know, like, did Elvis send him to find a young tenderoni?
Or did he just
so that
pick
he
her
could mold her? Like, why would he think to get that young girl? Because even when she got to the party, it's not like there was other young girls there. There was grown people there. She was the only kid. And then, as she's always said, they didn't do anything till she was of age. So the movie did not show them doing anything other than holding hands, hugging, kissing sometimes.
Yeah, sure. Okay. If that's what the movie says, okay.
Yeah. But they showed Elvis like picking out her clothes and telling her, don't wear that, that
one of
looks
those
horrible on you.
domineering.
Yes. She said, I want to get a job at a boutique, because eventually her parents let her move in with Elvis. They're still in Germany. And he's like, I promise, to take good care of her and make sure she goes to school and she graduates. And
this is insane.
My grandma's here, my dad's here, my cousin Patty's here. They'll look after her, right?
That she has to be looked after because she's a child.
Yeah, she goes to visit him one time and she didn't want to come back. So then she goes back home because he's like, you better go back home because they don't want to come back. And then that time they let her move there, and her dad came with her and was like, okay, behave like,
a lot of stuff was so different back then. I mean, people would marry off their young daughters because they couldn't afford to take care of them, or they want her to marry a proper suitor, so they'll pick somebody for them. That used to happen to young girls back then. And I know that had to be terrible, but you mean Elvis Presley. I could see as a child if she was with her parents and they went in to meet Elvis and she got an autograph.
Yeah.
But approaching a child to go meet a grown man.
Yeah.
Buddy,
this is say like, oh, your parents can come too, or nothing like that.
This is starting to sound like the stuff we didn't hear on the news with the Weinstein and all them getting in trouble. Yeah. And I'm like, we know it's been going on for.
Yeah, eventually they told Elvis, when they were first dating, you need to come over. You need to meet us. You need to pick her up. But she's still like
the fact that they did
it. House alone.
I wonder if it's because he was famous. I mean, he was Elvis Presley.
I guess,
how some of the parents sometimes get a little either fame or money hungry, and I'm gonna sell her off anyway. But they're not gonna sell their daughter. That's not what I meant. But I'm just joking. But
Sophia said she had to fight to be able to keep the abuse scenes in. But still, they didn't show a whole lot of that, and you could tell
he was
the
abusive?
way that they showed it that more went on. Yeah, like he got pissed at her, and he started throwing her stuff in the luggage and talking about go back home with your parents. And then another time he threw a chair by her face. Another time,
And I'm wondering if those are the times when he started doing drugs and getting way out of character, because we've seen that.
They didn't show him doing a lot of drugs. They did show him giving her drugs, like, take this pill, it'll help you keep awake. It's what the pilots take. And then when she got to visit him in Graceland, take this pill, it'll help you sleep. And the girl slept for 2 days. It doesn't affect him like that, but
a child's body.
But he's giving her pills. He's basically grooming her. This is what I want you to wear. This is how I want you to do your hair dark and do your eyeliner darker, and it'll make your eyes pop.
I mean, stuff like dang.
Yeah.
She's not getting on stage.
They showed that she was slipping in her grades, and she told this girl, do you want to meet you like Elvis? You want to meet him? Let me cheat off of your papers. And she had cheat off her papers so she could graduate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So between watching Elvis and then Priscilla, people can get it pretty, because I actually really enjoyed Austin Butler's performance in there. He was just freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
So do you think, if you compared the two, which one do you think was more
this
informative?
Was focused more on Priscilla.
Okay.
So you're seeing it about Priscilla. Yes, Elvis was in it a lot, but it wasn't focused on him. Like I said, they didn't go into his hard drug use, right? They didn't go into when he got older and out of shape or anything like that,
He got chunky.
They didn't go into a lot of detail with Elvis. They weren't even given the rights to use his music, so they had to do other music.
I was about to say, they're going to get sued if they didn't take it off.
Yeah, and Lisa Marie Presley was not happy about this movie.
She wasn't. I read that.
I don't know if she was happy about the book. I don't blame her. I saw this movie, and the people next to me, we were all just like,
the same reactions.
Really?
Cringy a little bit,
This is,
But was it enjoyable though? At least, like, did it give you a little bit more information?
It was a little slow. Sofia Coppola's movies are hit and miss, with me anyway. I started to deep blink a couple times towards the end, and I was like, oh, I only got 15 more minutes. Let's.
And I want to say 2 of her movies that she directed. One of them was a guy came to the house. This is like in Victorian times or something. And that was the first time I didn't know she was directing. Yeah. And that one was pretty good. So I need to look some other stuff.
I would say, sorry, Sophia, don't bother going to the movies for this. This seemed like something that you should watch like on Netflix or something, streaming. You know what I mean? Like, yes, if you're curious, watch it on streaming. But the movies, I'd say nah, because it's not getting the best ratings. I didn't think it was the best.
I didn't even know about
They
it.
kind of glazed over some stuff lightly, tiptoed through the tulips. I'm going to give it 2.5 clappers.
Okay. It sounds about like you said they're focusing more on her, but a lot of the other story and stuff we pretty much knew before on Elvis. Yeah. So you got some fun facts here.
Oh, yes. Elvis Presley Enterprises declined both their approval for Coppola's film and their permission to use Elvis's songs in the film. Coppola then took creative alternatives, including contemporary music by her husband's band, Phoenix, and the cover versions of songs from the film's era. And this was shot in 30 days, and it was shot in Toronto, Canada.
That's
Toronto,
30 days. That is great to shoot a film. Some films take a couple years to make.
The film received a 7-minute standing ovation at its world premiere at Venice Film Festival in 2023. Really? Some of these people are pretentious.
They're exaggerating.
They're just like, let's, or somebody might start to clap and they'll
clap again or something. Because I'm having a hard time, based on what you're telling me, I'm having a hard time. Just got a 7-minute.
I needed more. I needed more background on some people. I needed more story. I needed just more. Like, it just kind of was like a little look in the life of Priscilla, and it kind of, I mean, they did show when she got pregnant. They did show they got married and she had the baby, you know, and then they showed her leave, and I don't even remember if they showed her take the baby with her or nothing. I mean, they're like halfway did some stuff.
Half-assed did some stuff.
Yeah. So, Elvis and Priscilla Presley have a 10-year age difference. However, Jacob Elordi is only 1 year older than Kaylee Spaney. Okay. Coincidentally, its November 3rd release date falls on the death anniversary of Priscilla's father.
Oh. James Frederick Wagner.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, there you have Miss Jules' review on the movie Priscilla. You gave it 2.5 clappers?
Yes.
Okay. And don't forget that Jules and I, we are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Yes.
We're on Cash App, so if you want to make any type of donation, we appreciate it. If you have a legitimate company and you're looking to sponsor someone, it's us right here. We wear your t-shirts or whatever, flash your name across the screen, all that good stuff. We also take requests.
Yes, we do.
Give us some stuff, y'all, because we're digging in the crates here, and you know, we got really great on YouTube, but we digging in the crates, and I'm really enjoying doing some of our classic films. Give us some. Tell us what you want to see. Doesn't matter the genre, what type of film it is. Give us some good classic stuff. That's what I want to do lately. See some classic stuff, all right? Well, thank you very much for tuning in to our review, Miss Jules' review of Priscilla, and we'll see you on the next time, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.